Hello there. Welcome to the YouTube thing. How you doing? Well, let's get started, shall we? Specifically, let's start with Numbers, the book of Numbers to be precise, chapter 33. And you know what? Let's do something crazy, something bold, something dramatic. Start with verse 1. Let's go, baby. Oh, actually, hold on. Shoutouts to Bible for a Soul, where you can just order a free new international translation, I believe it was. It was the NIV. Main reason I'm bringing it up, main reason why I'm bringing it here, is I'm reading the King James Version, is because it's got a lot of stuff in it, including actual measurements. Like, you ever wanted to know what a cubit is? Congratulations, you can now know what the cubit is. Such as, for an example, the cubit is 18 inches, or 0.5 meters. Yeah. Stated, the Bible is free. Go check out Bible for a Soul. The basic idea is that you're supposed to read the thing in a year and write and take notes and highlight things that interest you, namely with somebody in mind, and then at the end, after you've read the whole Bible, you give it to them and start again if you want. So yeah. But shoutouts to that, because it's got actual measurements. So, let's get started. Like, actually this time. These are the journeys of the children of Israel, which went forth out of the land of Egypt, with their armies, under the hand of Moses and Aaron. And Moses wrote their goings out according to their journeys, by the commandment of the Lord. And these are their journeys according to their goings out. They departed from Ramses, or, technically, they departed, at least archaeologically, from Avaris, but, Bible, written on paper. Paper decays over time, had to write it and rewrite it and rewrite it. So, stays written. Keep the documents accurate. And, Avaris didn't exist after a while, but what was built on top of it was the city of Ramses. So that's why they departed from Ramses here. Fun fact for you, it's apparently a well-known thing that happens in older documents. It has a name. I forget what the name was, unfortunately. But yeah, they departed from Avaris, technically, in the first month, on the 15th day of the first month. On the morrow after the Passover, the children of Israel went out with a high hand in the sight of all the Egyptians. Excuse me. In other words, they were very, very happy not to be enslaved anymore. Understandably. For the Egyptians buried all their firstborn. Shoutouts to the Epiwar Papyrus, by the way. Which the Lord had smitten among them. Upon their gods also the Lord executed judgment. Because, fun fact, all of those plagues, God was smiting specifically what the Egyptian gods were supposed to be over as well. For an example, pharaohs, I believe, were supposed to be the gods over the rivers of Egypt, thus the first plague being, the blood water. So, yeah. And the children of Israel removed from Ramses, or Avaris, and pitched in Succoth. And they departed from Succoth, and pitched in Etham, or Etham, whatever, which is in the edge of the wilderness. And they removed from Etham and turned again to Pihahiroth. Pihahiroth, however you pronounce that, which is before Baal Zephon, and they pitched before Migdol. And they departed from before Pihahiroth, and passed through the midst of the sea. This is the Red Sea crossing, into the wilderness. And they went 3 days' journey in the wilderness of Etham, and pitched in Marah. And they removed from Marah, and came unto Elim. And in Elim were 12 fountains of water, and 70 palm trees. In other words, 70 palm trees. And they pitched there. And they removed from Elim, and encamped at the Red Sea. And they removed from the Red Sea, and encamped in the wilderness of Sin. And they took their journey out of the wilderness of Sin, and encamped in Dophkah. And they departed from Dophkah, and encamped at Alosh. Probably a very lush place. And they removed from Alosh, and encamped at Rephidim, where there was no water for the people to drink. And they departed from Rephidim, after that problem was presumably solved, and pitched in the wilderness of Sinai. And they removed from the desert of Sinai, and pitched at Kibroth Hattaavah. And they departed from Kibroth Hattaavah, and encamped at Hazeroth. And they departed from Hazeroth, and pitched in Rithmah. And they departed from Rithmah, and pitched at Ramon Perez. And they departed from Ramon Perez, and pitched in Libnah, which I feel could make a very good ligama joke, and I don't know why. And they removed from Libnah, and pitched at Rissa. And they journeyed from Rissa, and pitched in Kehelatha. And they went from Kehelatha, and pitched in Mount Shepher. And they removed from Mount Shepher, and encamped in Haradah. And they removed from Haradah, and pitched in Makheloth. And they removed from Makheloth, and encamped at Tahath. And they departed from Tahath, and pitched at Tara. And they removed from Tara, and pitched in Mithkah. And they went from Mithkah, and pitched in Hashmonah. And they departed from Hashmonah, and encamped at Moseroth. And they departed from Moseroth, and pitched in Benejakin. And they removed from Benejakin, and encamped at Hor Hagidgad. And they went from Hor Hagid. I cannot say this for the life of me. Hor Hagidgad. And pitched in Jotbathah. And they removed from Jotbathah, and encamped at Ebronah. And they departed from Ebronah, and encamped at Ezion-Geber. And they removed from Ezion-Geber, and pitched in the wilderness of not Sin, but Zin. It's a different thing. Which is Kadesh. You will know it most from Kadesh Barnea. Mentioned quite a bit. And they removed from Kadesh, and pitched in Mount Hor, Hor, in the edge of the land of Edom. And Aaron the priest went up into Mount Hor at the commandment of the Lord, and died there. 'Twas his time. In the 40th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the 1st day of the 5th month, as Yadu. And Aaron was 123 years old when he died in Mount Hor. My man lived a long time. I mean, that's fair. He had a job to do. And he did it rather well till the end right there. When he messed up just a tad. But what are you gonna do? And King Arad, the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the children of Israel. And they departed from Mount Hor, and pitched in Zalmanah. And they departed from Zalmanah, and pitched in Punan. And they departed from Punan, and pitched in Oboth. Riveting, I know, but hang in there. We're getting there. And they departed from Oboth, and pitched in Abarim, in the border of Moab. And they departed from, presumably its nickname, Aim, literally just I-I-M, and pitched in Dibongad. And they removed from Dibongad and encamped in Almon Diblathaim. And they removed from Almon Diblathaim and pitched in the mountains of Abarim, before Nebo. And they departed from the mountains of Abarim and pitched in the plains of Moab by Jordan, near Jericho. And they pitched by Jordan from Beth Jesimon, even unto Abel Shittim, in the plains of Moab. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the plain of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye are passed over Jordan into the land of Canaan, then ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land before you, and destroy all their pictures, and destroy their molten images, and quite pluck down all their high places. And ye shall dispossess the inhabitants of the land, and dwell therein, for I have given you the land to possess it. And ye shall divide the land by lot for an inheritance among your families. We get into a lot of that in the book of Deuteronomy, which is the next book. And to the And you shall divide the land by lot for an inheritance among your families. And to the more, ye shall give the more inheritance. And to the fewer, ye shall give the less inheritance. Because unsurprisingly, the less people you have, the less land you need. Considering. Every man's inheritance shall be in the place where his lot falleth. According to the tribes of your fathers, ye shall inherit. But if ye will not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then it shall come to pass that those which ye let remain of them shall be pricks in your eyes and thorns in your sides, and shall vex you in the land wherein ye dwell. Moreover, it shall come to pass that I shall do unto you as I thought to do unto them. Because fun fact, God's not just fulfilling a promise here. He does not like these people in the slightest. Namely, due to the fact that one of the practices that they do to worship their gods is to burn their children alive. And if you know anything about God, he's not a big fan if you hurt a child. And of course, you keep that warning in mind. That will be very relevant. Chapter 34. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall unto you for an inheritance, even the land of Canaan, with the coasts thereof. Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin, along by the coast of Edom. And your south border shall be the outmost coast of the salt sea eastward. In other words, if I remember correctly, the Mediterranean Sea. And your border shall turn from the south to the ascent of Akrabim, and pass on to Zin. And the going forth thereof shall be from the south to Kadesh Barnea. I told you, Kadesh Barnea is very relevant. And shall go on to Hazar Adar, and pass on to Asmon. And the border shall Oh, I hate it when my throat does that. Oh, it just catches itself occasionally. Oh my gosh. And the border shall fetch a compass from the Asmon unto the river of Egypt, and the goings out of it shall be at the sea. In other words, it's gonna go around that area. Thus the fetch a compass around the Asmon unto the river of Egypt. And as for the western border, ye shall even have the great sea for a border. This shall be your west border. Once again, Mediterranean, if I'm remembering correctly. And this shall be your north border. From the great sea ye shall point out for you Mount Hor. From Mount Hor ye shall point out your border unto the entrance of Hamath, and the goings forth of the border shall be to Zedad, as opposed to the mother. See me. And the border shall go on to Zithron, and the goings out of it shall be at Hazar-Enan. This shall be your north border. And ye shall point out your east border from Hazar-Enan to Shephem. And the coast shall go down from Shepham, because I mispronounced it as Shephem. It's actually Shepham. I cannot speak. To Riblah, on the east side of Ain. And the border shall descend, and shall reach unto the side of the sea of Kinnereth, eastward. And the border shall go down to Jordan, because the Jordan River was the border on the east for Israel. And the goings out of it shall be at the salt sea. And this shall be your land, with the coast thereof round about. And Moses commanded the children of Israel, saying, This is the land which ye shall inherit by lot, which the Lord commanded to give unto the 9 tribes, and to the half-tribe. For the children of Reuben, according to the house of their fathers, and the tribe of the children of Gad, according to the house of their fathers, have received their inheritance, because they went on the other side before they technically got into the land of Israel. So they kind of got an extended border, basically. Let's see. Have received their inheritance, and half the tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance. 2 tribes and the half-tribe have received their inheritance on this side Jordan, near Jericho, eastward, toward the sun rising. Because in case you don't remember, there's the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, but one of them's cut in half. Mainly how the tribes were figured out is Israel, the guy you know probably him best as Jacob, blessed all of his sons, except for Joseph, because Joseph was doing just fine. So, Israel blessed his sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which is how we got the half-tribes of Ephraim and Manasseh, still technically being 12 tribes, just, 2 half-tribes. So, in other words, Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh, all those guys, they're on the other side. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, These are the names of the men which shall divide the land unto you, Eleazar the priest, and Joshua, the son of Nun. And ye shall take 1 prince of every tribe, to divide the land by inheritance. And the names of the men are these: of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and of the tribe of the children of Simeon, Shemuel, the son of Ammihud. Of the tribe of Benjamin, Elidad, the son of Kislon. I guarantee you I'm pronouncing at least some of these. And the prince of the tribe of the children of Dan, Buckeye, I don't know, the son of Jogli. The prince of the children of Joseph, for the tribe of the children of Manasseh, Haniel, the son of Ephod. And the prince of the tribe of the children of Ephraim, Kemuel, the son of Shiftan. And the prince of the tribe of the children of Zebulun, Elizaphan, the son of Parnach. And the prince of the tribe of the children of Issachar, Paltiel, the son of Azan. And the prince of the tribe of the children of Asher, Ahihud, the son of Shelomi. I can never tell if that's supposed to be an I or an E at the end. Well, an I or an E sound. And the prince of the children of Naphtali, that one I do know, Pedahel, the son of Ammihud. These are they whom the Lord commanded to divide the inheritance unto the children of Israel in the land of Canaan. In other words, go ahead and get your plan ready. You're gonna need it. Because, we gonna get the land soon. Might want to go in with a plan. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the plains of Moab by Jordan, near Jericho, saying, Command the children of Israel, that they give unto the Levites of the inheritance of their possession, cities to dwell in. And ye shall give also unto the Levites suburbs for the cities round about them. Because you see, the Levites, the children of the guy called Levi, they didn't technically get any particular land. What they got was the priesthood. So they dealt with all of that such. But, because of that, they still need a place to stay. But, due to their job, being the priests, they had quite an important role to play. And kind of had to be everywhere just due to their job description, because the priests weren't just, dealing with the not temple, that wasn't built yet, the tabernacle and all. They were also the judges in the court system, and of course, the doctors, so they kind of had to be everywhere. So God's just saying, some of that land of yours, just give that to the Levites. And the cities shall they have to dwell in, and the suburbs of them shall be for their cattle, and for their goods, and for all their beasts. And the suburbs of the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites shall reach from the wall of the city, and outward 1,000 cubits round about. Once again, a cubit, roughly 18 inches, or 0.5 meters. Thank you, Bible, for us all. And the suburbs of the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites shall reach from the wall of the city and outward 1,000 cubits round about. And ye shall measure, from without the city, on the east side, 2,000 cubits. That's a lot of cubit. And on the south side, 2,000 cubits. And on the west side, 2,000 cubits. And on the north side, 2,000 cubits. And the city shall be in the midst. And this shall be to them the suburbs of the cities. And among the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites, there shall be 6 cities for refuge, which ye shall appoint for the manslayer, that he may flee thither. And to them ye shall add 42 cities. I bet that sounds a bit weird, why they got a place for a manslayer. You see, most of the time what ended up happening back then is if you killed someone, accidentally or otherwise, their family's probably gonna want you dead. And they're gonna come and make good on that threat. So these cities were specifically so you could go there and be safe. Because if any of those guys killed you there, they got charged with murder. Because what you were supposed to do is wait there until you can have an actual fair trial. Then, if you're convicted guilty, you in fact did mean to do this. This wasn't just some freak accident where you accidentally dropped a lead pipe on a guy or something. Congratulations, you're dead. But if, let's say, it was an accident, you were just tending to your garden on your windowsill, and flower pot happened to fall off the windowsill, hit a guy in the head, and now he's dead. Wasn't planned, wasn't thought through, you didn't mean to do it. Therefore, you're fine. You're not guilty. Intent is a very, very big thing here. And once again, that's what these cities are for. That way, once again, if the guy that wants you dead because you have killed their brother or something comes into that city and kills you, congrats. They get killed. Because they just killed a potentially innocent man. However, if you didn't go to that city and did not get a fair trial, they could kill you and you would be dead. And they would be just fine. So yeah. They were legally allowed to take the vengeance if you weren't in that city. Because once again, if you're in that city, you're looking for a fair trial. And not just running from misdeeds. So, all the cities which ye shall give to the Levites shall be 48 cities. Them shall ye give with their suburbs. Because, you had the actual big old city, and then you had just kind of houses and fields just kind of dotted around here and there. And the cities which ye shall give shall be of the possession of the children of Israel. From them that have many ye shall give many, but from them that have few ye shall give few. 'Tis only fair. Every one shall give of his cities unto the Levites according to his inheritance, which he inheriteth. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come over Jordan into the land of Canaan, past the Jordan River, then ye shall appoint you cities, to be cities of refuge for you, that the slayer may flee thither, which killeth any person unawares. And they shall be unto you cities for refuge from the avenger, that the manslayer die not, until he stand before the congregation in judgment. Stated. Fair trial. And of these cities which ye shall give, 6 cities shall ye have for refuge. Ye shall give 3 cities on this side Jordan, and 3 cities shall ye give in the land of Canaan, which shall be cities for refuge. This side Jordan being specifically the Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh half. Meanwhile, land of Canaan is everyone else. These 6 cities shall be a refuge, both for the children of Israel and for the stranger, and for the sojourner among them, that every one that killeth any person unawares may flee thither. So it doesn't matter, young or old, rich or poor, you're from the land of Israel, or you're a complete and utter stranger from somewhere else. Congrats, you're getting that fair trial. And if he smite him with an instrument of iron so that he die, the avenger, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. Because once again, that is potentially an innocent man right there. And if he smite him with a throwing stone wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. A murderer shall surely be put to death. Or if he smite him with an hand weapon of wood, wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. In other words, there has to be an intent to kill. If it's an accident, congratulations, we're just back to where we started. The murderer shall surely be put to death. The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer. When he meeteth him, he shall slay him. But if he thrust him of hatred, or hurl at him by lying of weight, that he die, or in enmity, smite him with his hand that he die, he that smote him shall surely be put to death, for he is a murderer. The revenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meeteth him. In other words, if there was an intent to kill, such as, for an example, the throwing stone or the hand weapon, or this was a very elaborate planned out thing, such as for the whole lying in wait thing, when the trial has happened, this person has been proven guilty, the person that came to kill this guy, the Avenger of Blood, yeah, they get the first hit. They get the satisfaction of killing this guy. Or in enmity, smite him with his hand that he die. He that smote him shall surely be put to death, for he is a murderer. The revenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meeteth him. But if he thrust him suddenly without enmity, or have cast upon him anything without laying of weight, or with any stone wherewith a man may die, seeing him not, and cast it upon him that he die, and was not his enemy, neither sought his harm, then the congregation shall judge between the slayer and the revenger of blood according to these judgments. Stated, no intent to kill, you're fine. Like, let's say, you're out in the field, just kind of throwing stones. You had a bad day, you need to let off some steam. One of those stones accidentally hits a guy you did not see. That guy is now dead. You didn't have a history with this guy, you didn't have like a hatred or a rivalry or anything along that line. He was just in the bushes. Now he's dead. Congratulations, you can go to the city, get a fair trial, and you're fine. Then the congregation shall judge between the slayer and the revenger of blood according to these judgments. And the congregation shall deliver the slayer out of the hand of the revenger of blood. And the congregation shall restore him to the city of his refuge, whither he was fled. And he shall abide in it unto the death of the high priest, which was anointed with the holy oil. But if the slayer shall at any time come without the border of the city of his refuge, whither he was fled, and the revenger of blood find him without the borders of the city of his refuge, and the revenger of blood kill the slayer, he shall not be guilty of blood, because he should have remained in the city of his refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return into the land of his possession. So yeah, you did kind of have to stay there for a while, let things die down a bit. But if you went out on a business trip, or just decided to head out of the city for whatever reason, that was a very bad idea. If the person that wants to kill you kills you, they're fine. Because you should have stayed put where it was safe. This one's on you. You had one job, to stay in the city. You couldn't even pull that off. What is wrong with you? But after the death of the high priest, then you could go back home and do your thing. And unsurprisingly, if the Avenger of Blood then killed you then, congratulations, that guy is now considered fully a murderer. And now he's on trial. But after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return into the land of his possession. So these things shall be for a statute of judgment unto you throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Whoso killeth any person, the murderer shall be put to death by the mouth of witnesses. For one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die. It's not going to be a he said, she said situation. Moreover, he shall take no satisfaction for the life of a murderer, which is guilty of death, but he shall be surely put to death. In other words, if you have beef with this guy, your opinion is not considered, because you are not well, I don't remember the name for it specifically, but you got some stakes in this, and your judgment's not exactly gonna be great, considering it's kind of tainted with hatred for this guy. And he shall take no satisfaction for him that is fled to the city of his refuge, that he should come again to dwell in the land, until the death of the priest. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I the Lord dwell among the children of Israel. So, basically, if you kill a man, and you meant to kill a man, and you go to this city, you get a fair trial, and if you're found guilty, the person that was friend, family, or whatever of that guy, the one that came for revenge, yeah, he gets to kill you. He gets first blow. Congrats. If he kills you before your trial, he's considered a murderer because you could have been an innocent man. If you accidentally kill somebody, like accidentally dropping a flower pot on their head or something, you get a fair trial, and you're not found guilty. Congrats. The guy that wants to kill you legally cannot kill you. And you gotta stay in that city until the death of the high priest. After that, then you can go on your way. And if the Revenger of Blood decides to kill you anyway, he is now considered a murderer. However, if in that time where you're waiting for the high priest to be dead, then you go outside of the city, and the Revenger of Blood finds you and kills you, that one's on you, man. That's like going out into a minefield. Chances are you're gonna step on a mine. That one was your fault. You had all the warnings. Judgment will be cast, not by the mouth of one witness, but at least two. Preferably more. But if those witnesses had beef with this guy that's being judged, yeah, they're not gonna be considered. Because they're not exactly impartial, which is probably the word I was thinking of earlier. And now, the last chapter of Numbers. Meaning next week, we get to Deuteronomy, baby. Well, let's go. Chapter 36, verse 1. And the chief fathers of the families of the children of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of the sons of Joseph, came near, and spake before Moses. In other words, the people of one of the guys of the tribe of Manasseh came and talked to Joseph. Or came and talked to Moses, bleh. Came near and spake before Moses, and before the princes, the chief fathers of the children of Israel. And they said, The Lord commanded my Lord, in other words, God commanded him, to give the land for an inheritance by lot to the children of Israel. And my Lord was commanded by the Lord to give inheritance to Zelophehad, our brother, unto his daughters. And if they be married to any of the sons of the other tribes of the children of Israel, then shall their inheritance be taken from the inheritance of our fathers, and shall be put to the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall it be taken from the lot of our inheritance. Okay, basically, a while back during the journeys, the 40-year romp through the wilderness, this guy, Zelophehad, he died. He, however, did not have any sons to inherit his land, only daughters. So Moses stated, yeah, it's the daughters that inherit the land. But this guy just had a thought. Let's say one of these daughters of Zelophehad marry a guy from the tribe of Benjamin. Does that land just now get ripped from the children of Manasseh and get thrown over to Benjamin now? Is that now their land? Because that didn't seem fair. That was supposed to be the land for the tribe of Manasseh, not Benjamin. They're over there. Let's see. And if they be married to any of the sons of the other tribes of the children of Israel. Let's see. Let me make certain where I was. And if they be married to any of the sons of the tribes of the other tribes of the children of Israel, then shall their inheritance be taken from the inheritance of our fathers, and shall be put to the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall it be taken from the lot of our inheritance. And when the Jubilee of the children of Israel shall be, then shall their inheritance be put unto the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. In other words, when the Jubilee happens, then it will officially be the land of the tribe of Benjamin. Officially, by documentation. Then shall their inheritance be put unto the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall their inheritance be taken away from the inheritance of the tribe of our fathers. And Moses commanded the children of Israel according to the word of the Lord, saying, The tribe of the sons of Joseph hath said well. It's like, yeah, this is a problem. I'm glad you pointed that out, thank you. This is the thing which the Lord doth command concerning the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, Let them marry to whom they think best. Only to the family of the tribe of their father shall they marry. So shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel remove from tribe to tribe. For every one of the children of Israel shall keep himself to the inheritance of the tribe of his fathers. And every daughter that possesseth an inheritance in any tribe of the children of Israel shall be wife unto one of the family of the tribe of her father, that the children of Israel may enjoy every man the inheritance of his fathers, so as not get passed from hand to hand. Neither shall the inheritance remove from one tribe to another tribe, but every one of the tribes of the children of Israel shall keep himself to his own inheritance. In other words, yeah, the daughters are not allowed to actually marry somebody from the tribe of Benjamin. Not at all. They gotta find a guy from the tribe of Manasseh, once again, so the land doesn't get passed from hand to hand to hand. Because I guarantee you somebody would try to game the system and specifically tear off chunks and pieces of every other tribe in the land of Israel until they were the only tribe that was left. That's not a good idea. So, yeah. Neither shall the inheritance remove from one tribe to another tribe, but every one of the tribes of the children of Israel shall keep himself to his own inheritance. Even as the Lord commanded Moses, so did the daughters of Zelophehad. For Milcah, Tirzah, and Hoglah, and Milcah, and Noah, the daughters of Zelophehad, were married unto their father's brother's sons. And they were married into the families of the sons of Manasseh, the son of Joseph. So basically, for an example, let's take the U.S., just random example. Let's say somebody in the great state of New York died. They only had daughters to inherit the land. Those daughters are now only allowed to marry people from the state of New York. Because otherwise, they would be married to a guy from Illinois, and now Illinois has the rights to that land in New York. But that's supposed to be New York land. So it just wouldn't be fair, once again, to have it pass from hand to hand. Once again, guarantee you somebody would try to game the system. To where, eventually, there just wouldn't be any New York. So, yeah. And they were married into the families of the sons of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, and their inheritance remained in the tribe of the family of their father. These are the commandments and the judgments which the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses unto the children of Israel in the plains of Moab, by Jordan, near Jericho. And that's where we stop. Thank you very much for watching. I try to upload every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. And, yeah. Have a good day. God bless. And bye. Also, real quick, read the Bible yourself. Don't listen to a random man on the internet, let's be honest. Read it yourself. God wants to have a personal relationship with you. Can't have a personal relationship with him if you don't even know what he said. Yourself. So yeah. Thank you. God bless, and bye.